Oi, cheeky.
Man, you gotta be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
Patrick,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good.
How's the pub?
Shit.
Sick.
Busy, if anything.
No, there's sick everywhere.
Yeah, it's just people drank too much. Paddy was doing deals on Jägermeister shots.
I don't do deals.
That's 1 for you and 2 for me.
That's it. I have turned Space Engineer off.
Right, you are cutting out a bit, so you know your...
Right, I need to go to my thing, don't I? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
My sensitivity, I need to turn it
Yeah.
so it's here, yeah, like that. So you can hear me all the time, yeah? Do I have to stop playing with myself?
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Well, I've got 2 minutes, or stop for 2 minutes.
All right, you've got 2 minutes to play with yourself, and we'll catch back up afterwards. Right, so you know we run a DayZ podcast.
Yes.
You know you don't play DayZ.
No, I don't play DayZ at all. No, it's not that I don't play it. I can't play it.
Right, it's even,
Well.
it's even better.
All I
Even
ever,
better.
all I ever do is I run around for a bit and end up eating a tin of beans and crying in a bush. And I wonder why I wasted 3 hours of my life.
Right. Well, basically, we want you to play DayZ
Right.
because you've got the
We
game,
do.
right?
I have it. I do have it.
Right. We want you to reinstall it. And we want you to put at least 30 hours into it.
Okay.
And then we're going to interview you afterwards.
Okay.
Are you up for that?
I can do. I mean, I'll try and get as many. Okay. Like I told you,
Don't sound
the
scared.
last time I played it, I just run around for a bit and then I don't go and press the chat button, friendly, and then someone just repeatedly punches me in the face till I die. And then
Yeah, not much has changed, I won't lie to you. But we want to get a noob's impression, I guess. Because last time, when was the last time you played? Like, how many years ago? Because we're talking years, aren't we? We're not talking...
Yes, a long time, yeah.
A few years. So I think
The last time I played it is when it became a standalone game. It was a standalone game, and I remember playing it, and I had a really good time playing it. And I found a gun, and then I found some spray. It was the Mosin,
right.
and I found some spray paint, and I found some clothes, and I had all the baked beans you could ever need, and a tin opener. I was opening with my bayonet actually. I can't remember, but then you'd lose some of the beans, right?
Right. Yeah. You get a good memory.
And then I remember being in a building and just having this massive shouting match with some guy who kept telling me to come out, and then I was like, "No, you come out," and then having a massive, and then getting shot in the head, and then being really annoyed.
He was outside, and you were telling him to come out.
He was shouting at me, telling me to come outside. And I was it was like a police station or something.
All right.
Okay, install it says I've got 42 hours played.
Oh, okay. That's it.
That might have just been it turned on, to be honest with you, because the amount of, I don't know.
It's just getting even better by the minute. I love it. Right. Okay. So we're square. What we'll do then, we will set a time frame, and you just need to get in as many hours. What about like this time next week? What day are we today? Is it
We are
Tuesday?
on Tuesday, the update day.
Update day. Yeah, 119. Okay. So yeah, you're going to be fresh on 119, and then
Right.
I don't expect you to know what that means. It's cool. Just new update. You're going to love it.
It's an experimental update, The Secrets of Livonia. I didn't see that because I could see the notes on Steam.
So I want you to put as many hours as you can into it, and then we're going to catch up on maybe just after the weekend, because I know your weekends are busy.
It's going to take 3 hours to install, apparently.
Okay, let's catch up then and see how you got on. All right.
And we want to hear everything. What happened? How long should we set him to stay on a server for?
Will you give me a server to play on and stuff?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll give you that offline.
Am I going to be like a blind man picking out his favourite porn here? Like,
Nah.
What am I doing?
This is why
We'll tell you a server. We'll tell you a server.
we'll sort all that out offline. Okay.
Okay. Sweet.
So how does that make you feel after listening to that back, Dave? Because we just listened to that intro again that we recorded fucking ages ago.
Yeah, it was good, man. I feel that we may have achieved our goals on that.
Guess when we recorded? Do you know when we recorded that?
119, wasn't that a lot before Christmas?
Yeah. 18th of October we recorded that. Last year, obviously not this year.
Yeah, that was like the start of our journey on this podcast.
That was, I think we maybe recorded 1 or 2 episodes at that point.
Yeah.
And then we recorded that intro, got it all ready to go, and the promise was Paddy would play over the weekend, and then we would have a chat about it, basically.
Yeah.
And today's date is the fucking 8th of February, 2023.
That long weekend lasted burger. Long burger.
It's like the Hangover movie.
Yeah.
It just went on for ages, got pissed, and ended up in like Sudan or some shit for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got him. We've got him. We've played a few games with
We've
him.
nailed him down.
Oh, no, I'm just going to edit that so it says we've nailed him, and then
Oh, we've pinned him down.
and then nailed him.
Nailed him.
He's in our green room, and he wanted to bring his own intro music, but we told him no. So who knows what he's going to do?
What you mean? What you mean? I can have it now? Like, that you ruined that then. Well, anyway, he's back. He's Stan. Sup, lads? All right.
What took you so fucking long?
Oh, come on, man.
Right. So I did play over the weekend. That specific weekend, I went straight on it the following day, actually.
Right.
But then, I don't know. I think one thing led to another, but also obviously my career wise, it's just always a little bit. And then we had Christmas and New Year, and then I was hungover. And then, I don't know. I tried doing it, but I just didn't have the time. That means I got more runs in though, which was good. So I got to experience the game a little bit more.
So how many hours are you at now? Now, I'm going to add a caveat.
Well, now, listen, no, because we can't, no, there's no way of pinpointing this. So when we were doing this before, it said 40, right?
42.
At 42, I now have 225.6 hours of gameplay, which is horse shit because I've just left the game running on the launcher, which calculates it as the game I've been playing the game. So I'm like, semi-pro now, according to Steam.
Right.
Yeah.
I also have to apologise as well. I've caught quite a nasty cold because I'd been out in the woods and I got wet and then I didn't dry my clothes off. But the trick is to take your clothes off and leave them in front of a fire. Rub 2 sticks together and that. These are the things I've learned.
It's just true survival skills from a true survival game.
Yeah.
We've had some runs since we've had that introduction. We've had some runs together. We've been on all sorts of servers. We went on vanilla server. We went on a little bit of an easier modded server, and we seem to have found the one that's your tickle for your pickle, ain't we?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer playing on a smaller map, so I'm not... The problem I had with it years ago is I had no fucking idea where I was going. And I just run in a direction and I'd be like looking at my beans, then looking at the skyline, looking at my beans and just watching my health go down. And eventually, like I said, crying in a bush.
Does that not sound similar, Andy, to everyone starting?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the go-to first couple of runs, isn't it, really?
You're lucky, Paddy. You're lucky. Me and Andy started on Xbox where it was actually physically impossible to eat.
No,
you could only get past a certain point in the map before you died.
I played it on Xbox because I'd gone from... I played it when it first came out as a standalone when it was a very basic game. It had 2 weapons and whatever. It was really basic. But then I remember it coming out, I think potentially it came out on Game Pass maybe at one point. And I remember playing it and thinking, oh my God, this is nowhere near as good as the PC version.
And you'd played it fucking years prior, man.
I did.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, you owned it before we did.
It felt like quite a quick port, if I'm honest, to get it on console. It just didn't really work.
Yeah, that was one of the complaints about when they announced that, moving it over to console or 1.0. They were like, absolutely not.
It's always the same with everything, though, isn't it? Every time they try and port a PC game, people don't realise that, you play console, you suck. Just get a PC.
Friendly? Right, tell us about one of the runs. So obviously we had, like Dave said, we had runs with you. But tell us about some solo runs. What stories? What happened?
I mean, after the first run with, I think it was you I was doing my first run with, and then I was. Oh no, I started off on my own actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
And
you
then
were
I
on
was
your
running
own.
around in the village, and then I'd found a gun, and then I'd had a bullet, and then I had to, I was working out the mechanics of the game. Like I have to load every single bullet now, and I have to find a clip and stuff. I remember like running out of, I'm pretty sure it was the police station, and turning around and seeing some guy just stood there in front of me, and thinking, "Oh my god, what's that?"
With his trousers down. Was it Dave?
No, it was
Give me
you.
your trousers. Give me your trousers.
It was you, and then I jumped, and then there was a big panic, and you're like, no, it's me.
Oh, I do remember.
And then we ended up bumping into some other guy, and then we were talking to him. So we went friendly, and he was like, yeah. So, and that's obviously a great thing. Like I think, when you get players that just meet up and immediately kill each other, I think that's really annoying. And I think there should be, I think it goes to the immersiveness of the game if you can actually have a conversation with someone without punching them in the head, like in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Some restraint. Everyone wants to punch someone in the head in real life. You don't, though, do you?
But the problem with it is we were on Discord, and I had a gun with like 3 bullets, and it was loaded, and I was just like, "Can I shoot him in the face? Please let me shoot him in the face." And it's just like and then we didn't in the end, and I felt bad. Like my moral compass was fucking spinning like it was next to a magnet. Like I just didn't want to do it. I saw this guy had clearly been playing for quite a while, and he had loads of stuff, and I just thought, just capping in the back of the head. It just would have been cold, man. It would have been cold.
Hang on, was that the game that was that the run that I kind of lost my mind a little bit when we went into the military in Cherno, in the middle of Cherno, and just ended up killing like 3 other people there?
Yeah, yes, it was. And there was the guy there, and we were talking to him, and he gave us a chicken, and you shot him in the face.
Yes. I pretended to be new, and I pulled that trick.
But it was so funny the way he just pulled it, just like gun out, bang.
Hey, he
dead.
was. I quick drawed him.
Andy.
He was more geared than
Andy.
us, man.
Andy,
What?
we're meant to be friendly, bro. We're putting our persona out, and we're meant to be friendly. We tell everyone on Discord we're friendly.
Oh yeah, we didn't violently kill multiple people on us pretty much. No one did that. We were joking. That's what we're.
Just
April
a joke.
Fools.
Dude, I mean, if you'd put off recording this podcast any longer, it would be fucking April.
Could be. It could
Yeah.
be.
This episode would have been our joke episode.
But I run a pub, so I don't have the time. Like it's awful, and I've got to play. I've got more interesting things to do, like go to sleep.
You wait, you fucking going to sleep's more interesting than doing our podcast. You were meant to be our friend.
What's that? Hold
No.
on. What? No, I'm doing a DayZ DayZ pod. Yeah, they're famous now. Yeah. No, it's good. I'll send you a link. In a bit.
I don't know if you know,
I'm
but
back.
we're kind of a big deal, man.
Yeah, kind of a big deal around here, So.
Yeah, I was downstairs, and like my staff are downstairs. I was like, "What are you doing tonight?" So I won't lie.
I won't lie to you. I'm
Doing a podcast.
doing a podcast.
Yeah. Fucking
Becoming
Joe Rogan out here, bro. Yeah, so, and then we did, after that, we went out together, didn't we? And I slowly started to learn. And I think that's the line for new players. And my advice for new players, find someone who's playing already. Maybe go onto maybe a social media platform and try and find a group that are playing and see if they'll let you play with them, because it's quite a lot to take in, and there isn't necessarily any kind of tutorial.
Well, no, there's nothing.
Because I was being in the woods with Midas here, and just being like, how do I make a fire? And it's like, why don't you get 2 sticks? I was like, how? And then I go to chop a tree. Don't chop a tree down. Everyone will know we're here. And I'm just like, well, how am I supposed to get sticks then? And it's sort of, there's a lot to learn. And, I got told, I pissed you guys off a fair bit, because I would just like sort of run out of a tree line and just be running around and
But like, what the fuck are you doing? Get back in it!
what are you doing? Yeah, and then seeing someone getting beaten up and running in and trying to help and being like, no, you don't help anyone. You might hit me with a sledgehammer. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like.
yeah.
Have a listen back to a couple episodes ago. That was definitely one of our tips.
Yeah.
We got a few tips out of playing with you, Paddy, because we thought, oh fuck, I forgot that you don't do this, or forgot that that's a thing.
You just do it naturally when it's two like experienced people, but then when you've got, say, someone that's not so experienced, it's like, Paddy, stay away. I've got this. But you're only trying to help. But what you could do is knock me out at a well, and then get blatted by somebody.
Oh
looking at
yeah,
us.
that was so funny.
Oh yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, so that run was particularly funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
So,
I love the way. So from my point of view, I am somebody who's had DayZ on my computer for a long time, and it's now still installed, and I would happily play it again. I really enjoyed it, like the whole survival thing. I need to get better at it and shooting and stuff.
Don't we all?
every day's a learning day.
It's just a good game, and especially working like as a team, like for cooperative play. It's incredible.
Friendly.
Paddy, got a question for you. Explain to us your first like bit of combat in this next bit. This bit of combat. How did you feel? Was the adrenaline running? Let's go back to that day in Zelenogorsk when we were there, and then that guy opened up the train.
I mean, that was some funny shit, right? But it was incredible. It was literally like running into a strip club covered in Vaseline, naked. It was just like my heart was like running. I saw the door open and I saw his face and was like, ah!
Right, let's give everyone a bit of context. We've done a run on a vanilla server with Paddy, and we ran along the coast. We obviously got to bypass the gas zone, the static gas zone, and we went to Zelenogorsk. Remember the rule for Zelenogorsk, people?
Is it you don't stay there too long, innit?
Oh, it's close.
There's always somebody else in Zelenogorsk. You are not the only person, especially when you're in a group. So we're there. Me and Andy are on a little bit heightened. We decide we're going to jump into one of the trains, and we found a weapon for Patrick here. So we've given him a weapon.
Our stuff, weren't we? Weren't we just reorganised?
Yeah, we just reorganised, and we were giving you some ammo we'd found for you. We'd looted the whole area. We were in this train carriage. We'd shut both doors. Yeah, Paddy was on the right-hand side, and me and Andy were on the left-hand side. Someone decided they were going to sneak up on us, open the door, and just fire. They weren't friendly because they were in a military zone, obviously. But Paddy managed to get a shot off just before the guy got a shot off for him.
Straight in the geezer's head as well.
He's basically traded, but Paddy was only uncon. And me and Andy,
You thought you had died.
we didn't know if he was actually dead or not, but we decided we were going to double tap him like you always do. But that attracted a lot of zombies. So we had a little bit of a zombie problem that we dealt with. But we managed to, help Patrick survive. He was buzzing. He took his first shot at someone.
The thing is, do you know what fuels the adrenaline though? And this is for me as coming back and pretty much being a new player. You're with people. You've got stuff. And you don't want to lose your stuff. Right?
Give it.
So, and that's where the adrenaline comes from. So, it's sort of as soon as that door opened. Time slowed down, and I thought about my future wife and kids, and everything went white. And then it sort of like went when they go bang bang, and then obviously I got unlocked unconscious.
Yeah, I think you were lucky, man. You were lucky.
I don't know. It was incredible. Well, no, I wasn't.
Skilled, bruv.
No, you were lucky that he didn't kill you, because he definitely. Do you know what I mean? Like.
He had the drop on us.
He didn't really. He just opened the door and he just looked at me. I can't remember. Shh.
Yeah, because I heard him.
And the door opening.
This was aim at the door. So I'm holding another angle. Andy's holding one angle. Patrick's holding an angle, and our newbie was the bullet magnet.
It was good though. That was fun.
That was his first dead player on the floor. You
fun.
loved it though, didn't you? You sadist.
But the thing is, one of the things I found out as well with being a new player, you become more confident with the more equipment you find. So you'll find a shotgun and find, 6 rounds, and then you'll be like, well, that's it. That's me. I'm gonna be here forever now. I'm gonna take on Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
Walk on water.
But but that's not the case at all. If anything, at that point, you need to be more careful.
Yeah.
So that takes us to run we did, and we ended up in them barracks, and we all split up. And then there was a guy on his own, and he picked us off one by one.
I spoke about this on an earlier episode. This is the same dude that I shot him, but I didn't press X, so I was on single fire mode. And because of that mistake, he ended up taking us all out.
He was actually quite good. He was actually quite skilled. I held a corner with a shotgun. And,
he was shit.
But you could have ended his life with an easy X if you checked your fire mode. But don't worry, Andy. Don't worry. It's all a learning curve. It was good to show Paddy.
Should have called that tip, never trust your ex.
Oh,
that's a good
pretty
one.
Good, man.
A good one.
Read it, Andrew. Read it.
Son of a bitch. I've got a new question. My next question, because it's my go. Apparently, we're taking turns because this is what we do. We're a professional podcast, man.
Yeah.
Even though we forgot to plug again.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, fuck you.
Good of a mash.
What would you say now? Coming from, I reckon we together have probably put in at least another 30 to 50 hours on playing the game. In maybe not together, but maybe with you playing solo and us playing together, there's at least another 30, 50 hours there. So they're fresh 30, 50 hours, and they're still really early days. But what is the worst thing about DayZ from your point of view, being like unskilled and just basic all-round shit?
About the game, or about my ability in the game?
No, about the game. What oh fuck, I wish that wasn't a thing.
We've just mentioned your ability there, just there.
Yeah. Who's that, Andy?
What?
So the question is, what's the so what is there something wrong with the game or me?
So what do you find? What don't you like about the game? What is your dislike about the game at the moment?
One thing I think the loot is quite scarce, and I think maybe a bit too scarce. But again, that makes the game good.
So we played mostly on vanilla servers, and if it wasn't a vanilla server, it was a modded map vanilla server.
Try to keep them on the basic game rather than going too far away from the basic game, because we just wanted them to learn the game, which is a good tip for new people, is to try and learn the game before and then get to know what you like and what you don't like, and then test and adjust your position there.
Nothing really. I mean, there's nothing. I think it's to do with my PC though. Maybe the movement or whatever. I quite like playing in third person. All the servers we played in were first, but I don't mind that. I'm not an FPS guy. That's the thing. I think that's why Andy wanted me to play so much, is because I barely play any first person shooters.
Yeah.
But I do love the survival genre. Like I love that. Like I think it's ace. But this is quite tactical, and from me, nothing really. I mean, not that I've seen just yet. I mean.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. That can be an answer.
Yeah. No, I mean, if I had anything negative to say about the game, it would be that it could be a bit more full. It could be a bit more. But then again, it's only made by, I don't want to piss anyone off here, but by a small developer. Like, it's a small team. It's like, and I'm assuming it's done for free or whatever. Or I don't know. Or there's not really a lot of money in it. No, I don't know. Is that? I don't know.
I think they've made bank, man. They've sold millions and millions of copies.
Yeah, but this isn't their flagship either, man.
But then they have to kick money back. They have to kick money back to Armour or whatever, don't they? Because it's built on Armour, isn't it?
Yeah, but Armour owns its own doll hairs. Do you know what I mean?
Anyway, I don't know. The game could be fleshed out a bit more, maybe with a tutorial, even with like some sort of maybe a newbie island or something, just to teach people how to play it, like a newbie island, just to get.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like back in the day, and you play. I mean, what is it called? What's that game we used to play on
PUBG?
Years ago? No. Before that, we're going way back. We're talking OG gaming.
Way back.
OG online gaming.
Tetris.
RuneScape.
Oh.
And you'd start on the newbie island, and it would teach you how to kill a chicken, then cook a chicken, then
finger a chicken,
to make this and do this and do this and do that. So when you went out into the world, you had a basic idea of what to do. Whereas, I walk into DayZ, and you have no idea. If you're a new player, no idea whatsoever. And I think maybe a half an hour tutorial newbie island, something I reckon you'd find a lot more new players, because I bet you there's a lot of people like me would pick up the game, play it for 10 minutes, eat an apple, run around, cry in a bush, and be like, fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, that happened to me when I first played it.
That's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's not a bad shout at all. Actually, in all fairness, something like you have to do it. You can go on Little Skillisty Island or something, and then
Optional.
have like a 20-minute tutorial or something. Not on all servers, but just at the start when you have your first hours on the game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just an optional thing from the launcher.
Yeah, optional thing from the launcher. Yeah, that'd be good.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
That'd actually be really good. Actually,
Never heard anyone mention anything like that before. See, this is the point.
I've never.
Okay, well, if that's an original me idea, just so you know, I'm copyrighting that shit now. So, I want at least something for it. Yeah.
You're copywriting tutorials, are you? Is that?
If you're listening, that's my idea. That's an original patch idea. Yeah.
This is the kind of ideas that you only get from people that don't play DayZ, which is exactly why we wanted to do this episode.
I want to also. We should give our viewers context as well, where this has come from. Did we give context in the prelude at all, Andy? Did we say what Paddy's background was to us and stuff like that?
No, I don't think so.
So context is Paddy Patch is our friend from back home. He's moved away recently, but we play computer games with him. We play all sorts of computer games with him. Andy plays Space Engineers. I play Valheim with him, where it was a game he streamed for a period of time and got very good viewership on Twitch. He isn't just a PC noob, he's just a DayZ noob.
Same.
And we just wanted him to play our sort of game and get his point of view.
Yeah, I think I am quite an odd gamer because I do like this whole survival thing, but I also like strategy games. But then again, I've also got a full setup for Farming Simulator. I'm talking wheel pedals a lot, and it's I'm quite, as a gamer, I'm quite varied. But I think my favorite style of game is definitely survival. I've just gone back into Fallout 4, and I'm really enjoying that on hardcore survival. I think you lot would like that as well, if I'm honest. Like, just as a single player, it's fucking incredible.
Our fans wouldn't like that, Paddy.
Yeah, we ain't got the fucking time. No, we don't want to play other games, Paddy.
No, Paddy, we haven't got time, bro.
Yeah, I'm the one. So who introduced Space Engineers? Me. Who introduced Valheim? Me. Yeah. Have I introduced anything else to the group? Have I?
Just your dick.
Chlamydia.
Apart from that, I told you not to say anything.
It's cleaned up now.
Now everybody's going to know. There's going to be anarchy.
We're all going to want a bit now.
It's not sort of my go-to game, especially the way first-person shooter, but I enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed it. And I'm probably going to keep playing. But
Excellent.
I don't know if it's the kind of game that I would boot up and play on my own. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, some people never play Lone Wolf. Like, I very rarely play Lone Wolf these days. Maybe at least for the last year, I think I've had a handful of Lone Wolf runs. But
I don't mind a Lone Wolf every now and then.
Yeah.
That's where it falls apart for me, where I just sit in a fucking... But
you are a social beast, though, aren't you? You love a little bit of socialising.
Yeah, I just like... Well, it's more teamwork, really, because otherwise, if I play it on my own, I will just sit in a bush, eating beans and counting my bullets until I die, and that's pretty much it. Like, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like a dog chasing cats or cars or whatever they say. It's like I had no idea.
Let's go back to questions about the game as such. What was your bit that you liked about the game the most? Like, what was the bit that got your heart racing, that brought you back to it to play it alone without me and Andy?
I thought you was going to say, what was the bit that got you hard? Then, yeah, what
was the bit you got?
I was about to correct and say it was the bit that got me hard.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. I stole your joke.
I have like this weird fetish for zombies, so like I really struggle to play games like this because I just hear and then I'm pitching a tent, which is a nightmare.
Couldn't even get past the first episode of The Walking Dead. He was cracking one out already.
Yeah. No, it just absolutely creamed my pants.
He's got a beer fridge that's just full of rotten meat just for the immersion wank.
Yeah. He's not lying though, which is hilarious. I've forgotten what was the question.
I don't know.
What was your best bit about the game, man? What was the thing that you loved? Now we've gone through the bit that you didn't like. What was the bit you liked the most? What was the thing that would bring you back? What's that bit that brought you back to playing with it without us for a bit?
My favourite bit about the game was turning it off. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it was my favourite. They're managing your stats and learning how to manage your stats. I prefer that to the combat. If I'm completely honest, I'd prefer to play as the guy that patches people up and goes and finds food, I think in a real survival situation, I'd be that guy. You know, I'd be the one to bring electric and get water and find food and keep everyone surviving rather than going out and find people to shoot.
You're the scavenger.
Yeah.
That's
It's
my
funny
role.
that my ex-girlfriend used to call me that. She said, "You're a scavenger." I don't know what she meant by that. Anyway, if you're listening, drop me an email, let me know.
Yeah, what is it you used to call
Get
me?
back in contact.
Yeah. That's my favourite bit of the game. I love the whole hardcore survival thing about it. And I love the fact it's got chickens and cows and sheep. And I remember when we saw that pig. That was funny as well. We saw that pig and then we just ended up chasing it and eventually got it. And we were just like, yeah, we're eating pig tonight, boys. That's it. Here we go.
It's just those little
And everyone was
adventures.
really excited because we had food for days.
Yeah, those
So-
adventures you can't get, like, really. I've not experienced random adventures like that or random missions that you create yourself on any other game apart from DayZ. So you go like, fuck, we're starving with food. Right, let's go to the town. Can't find any food. What's that in the distance? It's a fucking pig. And then, you know, that kind of rush.
Get it!
It's not a fucking hunting simulator, but at that moment, that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I think managing the stats and keeping your eye on it. And then because you're not just watching yours, you're watching the man next to you. Because one of them, so we were playing with Mark, the last run we had, and I was looting and I found a bottle. And I'd remembered when we first started, Mark didn't have one. So I gave him mine.
Mark lost his bottle.
And then I kept the one that I just found. And I'm pretty sure he just opened the bottle and drank all the dirty water in it, and then he was sick. But I forgot to tell him that. But you know, every cloud, you know what I mean? I forgot to tell him because I don't know.
What was
Yeah.
quite funny whilst we were playing is you'd often quote out just the tips to us.
Remember, boys, to empty the water bottles.
Yeah.
Well, I can't even remember any of our tips right now, but
I can't think of any either. Never. What is it? No. What should you never do by a well? That was one of the tips, isn't it? Never hang around by a well. Never kill people at a well.
oh, that was it. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
And that brings me to the next thing that I did, which was fucking bang out of order. So I found a landmine.
Oh, did you?
So I placed it by the well, and then I dropped a bag on top of it and left it there. And I never saw it go off, but I'm hoping it did.
It definitely did. To some poor person that only gets to play 2 hours a week because their job.
Casual gamer.
Yeah, and you just ruined his day.
Yeah.
He uninstalled it and went to play Rust because of you.
So it's probably, you know, with an attitude like that, that's why my ex-girlfriend probably called me a scavenger, among other things. This is bad attitude, isn't it? It's like, but I thought it'd be funny, you know, step on the landmine, mate. Be like, go on, do it, it'd be funny. Go on.
Organise or die was one of them. You were telling me about putting my bandages at the top. I was like, I know, Paddy. I told you that.
Yeah, he was like, organised. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And it got to the point as well where like all my inventory was just full of bandages because every single time I found a bit of clothing, I just ripped it to shreds. Because there's nothing worse than not having it. Because if you don't have any bandages, you're fucked. Like
Yeah.
you just end up bleeding out and you don't even get to eat your beans. And then you're just like, fuck, I didn't even eat my beans. You know? That is the worst thing.
What maps did we try? Yeah, I think the first map you played was Deer Isle, wasn't it? Because we sent you off and went, hey, go play one of these servers. I think you installed Deer Isle first.
Big Deer Isle, I think. Yeah, I think he didn't pick Chernarus as the first one, and we were just like, oh, okay.
It was a smaller map, wasn't it?
Or was it Essica?
Can't remember. It was there were smaller maps that we were playing. There was a smaller sort of slightly modded map, and then there was another one we played just heavily modded.
Did we play Essica?
Oh, me and Paddy definitely played Essica together.
Oh, okay. I don't think I did.
Not in that way though.
Depends what Essica means in Bosnian.
Hide the sausage.
Yeah, I had the sausage. Duh.
Where's that sausage gone?
Then we played the medium modded map, the one where it had the actual in-game map for you, and we could see where we were in the party. That was quite a good one for noobs, actually. That one was, I thought that was excellent.
Let's shout that server out. Now, do you remember the name?
Yeah, it's called Lightly Vanilla.
Is that what it was?
I'm going on the launcher now. It is called Vanilla Light.
Like Bud Light, but shitter.
Yeah. Oh, Vanilla Light, #1. Actually, I think Mark died up at Tissy when we were last on together, but I've got all his gear and I managed to kill the guy that he was, the squad that was.
That's right. That's where I logged out. We did a Tissy run, Paddy.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
I got up to Tissy.
Oh, yeah, and we're still
died.
there.
Well,
I swear
you
we're
are.
still there.
Mark unfortunately died, so F in the chat for Mark.
We're
He was
still there
raging.
though, and that's where we logged out
Yeah,
because we got there and it was all made out that it was supposed to be really scary. But then we made it all the way through and collected everything and didn't run into anyone.
Nah, we were the only people there. There was probably people behind us, but we definitely didn't run into anyone. We did the whole west run. We went through like Severe and all that stuff.
Salerno, Moschino, up that way.
That's another thing that happened. Is if there was someone else's base, I just kind of ran straight up to it and like knocking on the door. And
Yeah, you were like, hello.
Hello. It was ultra friendly on a server with bases. Hello, let me in, knockers.
And we were like, Paddy, what the fuck are you doing?
I got beans. Have you got a tin home now? I'm gonna die.
We've sent him out to beg at at this base.
I'm a homeless man.
Please kill him. Please kill him.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
It's Bambi neglect, that is.
Yeah, we could support like DayZ services should have come for us now.
DayZ Social Services.
Yeah, DayZ Social Services should come and get us now.
I know you can't treat new players like that. I'm afraid that's a 10-day ban.
Unfortunately, you've had your instructor license taken away from you. So yeah, we had some great runs, didn't we, old Paddy? Things that make you laugh, especially like freshy fuckery and was it Kamenka? Was it a Kamenka when we were having a fight with that same freshy guy that kept respawning?
Oh yeah,
there was about 9 bodies around that town. We were punching people.
Yeah, it was just the whole. It was. I really enjoyed it, but it's I'm glad I did it because I think now if it comes up on our group chat and it says anyone up for DayZ and I'm not working, I'll happily play it. And I'll come on and I'll check everyone's pulse and make sure they're okay. Because I kept doing that.
Fucking hell, when he kept coming up to me checking your pulse.
We're like, your pulse is strong, Andy.
Dave, your pulse is fine.
Your pulse is strong. Oh, cheers, bro. It means you haven't hit me with the fucking sledgehammer by accident. Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you doing behind me, Paddy? He's just swagged for me, lovely. I didn't mean to, sorry. Lies, all lies.
Oh, dear.
What are you lying for, bro?
Well, we have a convert, Dave. We've converted someone.
We have.
To someone who was already halfway there, but then I don't know, I guess we nurtured that relationship like a supple bosom.
If you go back to our early episodes anyway, we said we were going to do this. We said we were going to get a complete non-DayZ player or complete new player and try and convert them. And now, if we're playing DayZ, he's on it like a tramp on chips.
I love chips.
You're not a tramp though.
I was going to say you're super trampy.
It depends.
Your clothes are trampy, man. On DayZ, you always pick the worst clothing. Oh, I love this.
That was another thing about that. Yeah, you need to not care what the clothing looks like. That's my next tip for you.
Yeah.
Don't care what the clothing looks like. Care about what it does for you instead. Because you like going around wearing like matching business suits.
I love this girl's dress for 12. That's all it had. 12.
Yeah, some like
I could only fit 12 in.
I'm not going to be all butters out here. Do you know what I mean? I need to repopulate the human race.
What, with the zombies that are walking around?
Oh, no,
and your raw meat wank.
Oh, man, we didn't even introduce him to fucking human steaks yet.
No, I know what happens though. I've read about it. Yeah, I did read about it.
Oi!
Video of the week. Video this week will be put out by Andy IO.
Well, I didn't put it out. I've just said, hey Dave, I've got a video of the week. And by the way, I think you're getting better at your vocal sound effects.
Oh,
that delay there was beautiful.
It's a Dolmio day.
Nice.
Yeah, Paddy's still here. He's going to be sitting in the background while we do the rest of this recording.
Yeah. Well, actually, Paddy's still here to do just a tip, but first we need to get the video out.
We're going to give him just the tip.
Yeah, we're going to let him do just a tip. Just put a tip in.
Okay. So the video, I think, comes without question, is from Geek FPS this week.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Have you seen it, Dave?
Actually, yes. It's good. It's funny.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yes, Geek FPS puts out some great content.
So this new video that he's done, it's titled Tips to Clear and Defend the Camo/Jail in DayZ. It's a series that he's starting, and he is an impeccable PvPer. And getting this kind of training, I guess, or this kind of breakdown on breaching these buildings, I thought was super interesting. And it was good to see, hey, I do that. Hey, I do that. But then there's some other bits that go, oh, I didn't think about that. Like, for instance, even something as stupid as when you're peeking around the corner for around the stairs, just aim lower than you normally would, because there could be a chance that they're lying on the floor. And I can't remember a specific time where I've been caught out on it, but it's a good tip from someone who probably has been caught out on it or just knew better not to do that shit in the first place. So I'll link his video in the bottom if you're on YouTube. Really, really good video, and I can't wait to do more. I've asked him to do castles next, maybe specifically Devil's Castle, because I hate trying to clear those buildings. They're a pain in the arse.
And anything that can help people's tactical awareness and tactical sort of doing it. If he's going to do this for like most buildings and most areas, and say Chernarus and Livonia, fair play. If he gets that series out, they're going to get a lot of views. People love a mini tutorial, and this is like the next step of tutorials, is literally on tactical play or holding buildings and stuff. Or clearing them. So actually, fair play, and he's going to get a lot of views because they are very good, and his editing skills are very good.
Yeah, good editor, good player, good PvPer, very worth checking out.
I hope he goes more with this like mini series, because Taupe started off with one video where he showed like tactical play and how he gets to flanking and all that, and then just stopped and then went on to the mouse. And it was like, I thought he was going to work on that and do another video of how, because he's so good at PvP. It'll be good to see the rest of the episodes come out, because, that's be a good little mini series actually of, how to clear and how to hold buildings. That would be a very good one.
Yeah, I remember Dozin Chopper did one years ago. I think just about even down to things like mouse setup and DPIs to choose and things like that. Little tips like that, I think, they just go a long way. And then not every single tip is going to be for every single person. You're just going to find something that you didn't know already, and then you add that to your arsenal. You know what I mean? So, props.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
Just the tip?
Just the tip. Yeah, this is going to be your pleasure, Paddy. And we'll tell you whether it's one of our tips already, and you have to think of a new one, or...
Oh, he's coming up with one.
Yeah, he's coming up with one. This is what we do.
Because I've muted him. I've muted him because he was coughing his guts up while we were recording that last bit. This is why we don't need an audience, Dave.
No,
because it's
we don't.
It's too distracting. We're control freaks. This is just...
We're slightly turning semi-professional.
If I was to give if the tip is, don't stand outside in the fucking rain, so you end up getting a cough. Keep your clothes dry. Keep your clothes dry. Hide inside when it's raining. How long does it rain for in DayZ though?
There's no determined time.
No.
You could just sit down.
I think it's random.
You could sit down in a house and just calm down for a bit, just chill. And then here we go. This is my tip. This is my red hot tip. This is what you should all do: is you should find somewhere secluded and safe as immediately as it starts raining, so it's nice and safe. Everyone watches a door. You get your weapons out, and I do mean rifles and guns, and you hide inside a building. And then what you do is you get your phone or any tablet or media device, and then you go to YouTube and you open Friendly, a DayZ podcast.
That's a great tip.
Yep, love it. Signed off. I was not on board until that last bit because it could be raining for like...
Fuck, if you play Livonia, you might be stuck on that server for fucking 12 hours without it not raining, man. You can listen to all our episodes.
Yeah, sometimes it rains for hours.
Do you want another tip, or is that one good enough?
Nah, that's good, man. That's good. Plugging and tipping.
Plugging and tipping.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite lucky. You didn't even realise that I'd muted you, did you, Paddy? Because I unmuted you just as you started talking.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
No, that's all right. I got you.
Is that because I was coughing?
Yeah, it's all right, though. That's okay. Hey, man, do you want to be friends?
Spice of life, guys. We're going to challenge our good friend Patrick to a few runs. We're going to say to him one run. He's actually got all the runs that we were talking about on that last episode, and we've been talking about in the Spice of Life in Friendly. We're going to, keep putting up on that in the Discord what runs you've been doing. It's been buzzing the last week. It's been excellent, and some of the ideas has been cracking. I can't go through them all now, otherwise I'd be here all day. But some of them have been extra good, and me and Andy are going through them one by one. We're going to try. We jumped on a vanilla server, didn't we, Andy? And we tried to get some achievements. Andy got the one of the hardest ones in the game, eat and drink.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm a true survivor.
You got the eat and drink one, man. Congratulations, Andy.
Boydie himself said a challenge, a Spice of Life challenge for surviving off only what you find off of the infected. Now, I don't think you're going to last very long if you're doing that. I don't think you find like knives and shit on infected. So if you find a can of beans, you're fucked.
We need to find a certain server for that. Be a highly modded server where the zombies have got fucking loads of shit on them. Slightly cheating, but not really.
But yeah, there's been quite a few good suggestions through there.
Yeah, we like it, man. We like it.
Right, Paddy, I understand you want to help us outro the episode.
Well, I want to. Yeah, I've been here for an hour.
Come on, then.
Just ignore me at the end of it.
We've had a wicked way with you, and that's it.
That's what we do.
Experimenting on me, the spice of life, and giving me the runs or whatever. Was it?
Yeah, we're going to give you the runs. Yeah, dysentery.
Listen, I beat you to it. I had a third-party pizza last night. I'm not feeling great.
Right, okay. I had to work out what you meant by third-party pizza. Now, it's not. It's already been through someone, is it?
No.
You're not doing your own version of Human Centipede, are you?
Like a dodgy takeaway.
No, because that's the first thing I thought. That's the first thing I thought.
What, Human Centipede?
Dodgy takeaway.
Oh.
Well, just like you're eating someone else's pizza that they've already eaten.
Oh no, Kyle, the cuttlefish. He did have a cuttlefish version, didn't he?
Talking of eating stuff, this was funny when you both started, everyone shouted at me, and I started eating mushrooms that were rotten.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
And when you were like starving behind us, eat your original tuna, Paddy. Eat your... How do you open the tuna?
And you left uncooked meat on the floor because you didn't want it because it wasn't cooked.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, the pain and suffering Dave and I have gone through for you guys.
Funny, I'm an on.
I mean, me and Andy, we could tolerate it. We've got the patience. We set the task. We got the patience. I feel sorry for the guys that run into Paddy without us being there. F's in the chat for them.
Come in here out the rain and listen to this. Friendly. DayZ podcast.
Jesus, plug-in. I done a test stream and found someone on an official server, and I plugged it then as well. On a live stream, plug-in.
Paddy, where can you find all the latest news and gossip and mostly just advertisements about the podcast, about our podcast?
Isn't it on? You've got a Discord page, haven't you?
We have.
We have got Discord, yeah.
Have you got a Facebook page and a Twitter?
Yes and yes.
Have you got a MySpace, though? Or a Bebo?
No, we got D's nuts, though.
Hey!
And where can you listen to the podcast?
YouTube and Spotify. Can you listen to it on DayZ?
Yeah, D's nuts, yeah.
Yeah, I've got DayZ. I've got DayZ because DayZ's for geezers. That's why I've got it. I don't have Spotify.
And he's a geezer.
DayZ, Spotify, YouTube, I think.
And many other platforms like
Apple, Amazon,
Google.
I think you should start doing it on cassettes. Honest.
Oh, just mail it out to people and just hope that they listen.
I think you just leave them in cafes.
Imagine if that guy from The Last of Us put a cassette on in that van they had and on that little truck they had in the last episode, and then it was like me and Andy
this is spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The thing is, I'm not going to avoid spoilers because I haven't even played the game. I'm not going to lie.
Neither have I.
There was a vehicle with a cassette player in. That's not really a spoiler.
That's normal, though.
Well, that's a spoiler.
How's that a spoiler? Every old car had a cassette player. My dad had one.
How am I meant to know that car had a cassette player in it, Dave?
No,
now, when that scene comes up, it'll be like, well, I knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was a cassette player, yeah. If they were going to ask me on a quiz.
I knew this car had a cassette player. Fucking son of a bitch.
Don't worry.
Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode. We are episode 16 now.
16.
So
16.
That makes us legal. I'm cutting that
out. Don't cut it out. Don't cut it out.
What?
That's funny.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much, Paddy, for being our guinea pig.
Yeah, cheers,
That's
Paddy. I
okay.
hope you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, that's good. It's nice to finally get it done, isn't it?
That's it, done.
Peace.
Yeah, now we just normally just chat crap and then Andy puts the outro music
Oh
on.
no, they're
We
my
have that.
favourite bits. So I really like it.
Say something now that you want to be faded out.
Yeah.
I love Cup of the Queens.
Can't get comfortable.